Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be showing you all a very low maintenance style I enjoyed doing on my natural hair. As you all can see here, we are hopping right into the video. I am sectioning off my hair in the front, starting off with one diagonal part that is sectioning that entire section in half. Of course, this is blow dried hair and we are going to be using a little jam today just to make everything just a tad bit neater. So starting off here, I am cleaning up that part, but using that jam to make this first braid neat and crisp as possible. I like to use my rat tail comb to smooth that product in, and then I begin braiding. For me, when I do my cornrows, I try to pick up small pieces of hair and then move to the back. This just makes things look a little bit more neat and intentional, and it kind of gives the braids just a tad bit of a stitch effect, which I am not super great at that, but I definitely like the look. Once I get to the end of the braid, I am using my Meech Beauty Mousse to combine all of those strands and do a 2-strand twist. So usually I'll gather 2 of those strands together for the braid, usually the smallest ones, or I'll split one section in half to make the twist as even as possible. And I am going to do the same thing for the next braid right here. Usually when I do styles like this on my natural hair, sometimes I'll wash and blow dry my hair the day before, hence why I had 3 ponytails in my head, and I'll wake up the next morning to just style my hair. Sometimes it makes things feel like I'm not spending much of my day on my hair and just making things a little bit more manageable for myself. After I finished that second braid, I went ahead and did one more and another one on top of that just to create these 4 braids that are technically going straight to the back. I am splitting the rest of the hair in half just so that I can go off of that diagonal part I created before to create the remaining sections of cornrows. And I'm doing my best to make my parts as neat as possible, but I'm also aware that they're not going to be super straight or crisp, but they're going to be very close to it. And I am just repeating that process with braiding and then twisting down the ends. While your hair is blow dried and straightened, of course at first your twist may look kind of like really skimpy and not plump, but as you all can see here, after a while when that product soaks into that hair, your twists are going to plump right on up, okay? And it's going to make for an amazing twist out once this style gets old, and that way you can wear the back and the ends of these sections in a twist out curly fashion, and it looks really nice. And we are going to go ahead and start with our actual diagonal braids that will be going in this direction. The rest of our braids are all going to be going in this same direction. So we're still going to be using that jam, smoothing that in, and making sure we are trying to braid as tight as possible, but also to our comfortability. And of course, do not forget to coil those ends. We want those twists to look very nice and juicy. So I decided to bun these sections up out of the way. Do not do this though if you are not planning to wear your hair in space buns. Find another way to let them hang or do the mini twist in the back first, because I did have a slight dent in my hair after taking these buns down. But at the end of the video, I will show you all how I got rid of the dent, okay? So we are doing more like medium mini twists in the back, okay? Because I ain't have a whole lot of time, because I literally had somewhere to go and then I was going right out of town not too long after. So as you all can see here, I'm starting these mini twists off with a braid. I braid down about 6 times and then I finish off with a mini twist. This is definitely a secret tip for mini twists. Whenever you are doing larger sections than tiny sections, if you start out with a braid, it will make things much neater, okay? And I actually tested this out because a video that you all will see a little bit later in the month, I actually did not start off with a braid and I did like medium mini twist and it looks different, okay? So trust me, if you are gonna do more medium-sized sections like I am doing here, make sure you start off with a braid. It lasts longer and it looks way neater, okay? And I'm still using the same products, jam at the roots, and then as I start twisting down, I will add that mousse to my hair strands. And that mousse is super moisturizing. As you all can see, my hair loves it. It strengthens right on up and the curls are exactly doing what they need to do. You do want to try to make your parts just a little bit neater than I did here. I mean, they're not horrible, but they're still not my best. But don't stress yourself out, okay? I promise you all, so my parts were not always equivalent in the back with these mini twists. And honestly, I don't think anyone really noticed, because at some point these twists are going to swell and you are going to take them out to have a nice twist out at some point. So don't stress yourself out. Just do the best that you can. And of course, especially if you have much denser hair than I do, no one is going to notice, okay? Who's going to know? Nobody's going to know, okay? It is just so satisfying to watch these twists go from almost straight to just nice and juicy and curly. And here's what the back is looking like, you guys. As you all can see, I made sure I had some twists in the middle. Now here we go. This is what I'm talking about with these buns, okay? But of course, we still have to sit up under the dryer. So you all know I like to use this little doobie wrap type of scarf lately when I sit up under the dryer, and it worked wonders, okay? So I'm just wrapping it around my head, and then I'm gonna take my hand and try to smooth those twists down as flat as possible. That's how I got rid of the dent, okay? But as always, like I told you all, you are not styling your hair unless you are finishing up under the dryer, because it really sets things into place, and I really feel like it locks in that moisture. I am going to go ahead and do my edges, because of course I still want these to look as nice as possible, especially with day one hair. So I'm doing my usual thing that I like to do with my edges, which are just a few little swoops with all of the baby hairs. And of course, we are going to set that all in place. Already, I am liking the look with me just like leaving my twist hanging down, but I am going to show you all one hairstyle that I did with these twists before I took them out into a twist out. And of course, I'll show you all just a photo of me of what the twist out looks like later on in the week. So here is what the final look is looking like. I just absolutely love how crisp and neat the braids and twists look. And this is not even with me putting a lot of stress on my hair or even stressing about the parts, you all. Like, of course they look neat, but they're not super crisp at all. And nobody can tell. Nobody's gonna know. But I am super elated about this hairstyle. Hands down one of my favorite low manipulation styles I have done all year. And later on in the week when I took the twist out while on vacation, this is what it looked like and I loved it. But for today, just to show you all just another quick little style you can do if you want to style these twists and braids every day. That's only if you want to. Of course, you all know I like to do a little crisscross action and pin my hair in the front, and you have a nice little cute hairstyle where you absolutely are making sure that no hair gets into your face, and you just play around with your hair. You could even do the space buns if you wanted to, or put the back in a ponytail. But here is the final look for me today. As always, I really hope you all enjoyed the video and found it useful, and of course I can't wait to see you in the next one. See ya.